Hello, third grade artists. I'm really excited to start on our project for this week. We are going to revisit our still life that we started right before our extended break, and I had held off getting back to it because I'd hoped we might get back into our rooms and then you could continue where you left off. But we are going to finish our artwork this year virtually. So we're going to pick up where we left off with our still lives, being reminded about our artist Paul Cezanne. So Paul Cezanne was best known for still lifes, and as a reminder, still lifes are pieces of art where the artist is creating a scene. So Paul Cezanne would go around his house and he would collect items that he thought would be challenging to draw. We talked about the fabric being challenging because it's draping. We want the fruit to look like it has form, that we could pick it up. You'll notice that Paul Cezanne is using some of the same objects again and again, the same bottle, the same apples, and that's because he is just going around his house and collecting objects. You're going to do the same thing. The piece that we started, the final was going to look something like this, and we talked about a pitcher and then the fruit and then some sort of citrus, a lemon or a lime. So what I'd like you to do is look around your house for some objects that you could put together. Ideally, you want to find some sort of pitcher, and it could be large, it could be small. This is a really small pitcher actually, but it has everything I need. It has the base, it has the spout, so I'm going to use that. You could pull fruit, it could be real fruit, it could be plastic fruit, it could be whatever you want it to be. We looked at this in class, and I'm going to send you a link for this as well. This is a great way to draw a picture if you're getting a little stuck, and we did this in class together. You can draw the circle first, you add the two lines, an oval on top, and that's a really important part, friends. We want this picture to look like you can pour something into it or out of it. So notice how that picture, I'm going to do it with a darker line, is almost like a circle that an elephant sat on. It's an oval, but it's a flat oval. And that's going to give the appearance that something is able to go inside of this, this object. The other thing we talked about that we noticed a big difference on is when we're doing the handle. Let me do this dark so you can see it. We did it as a C, and then a smaller C inside, and then we connected it. But we noticed that the C needs to go inside of the circle. So rather than it stopping on the outside, it went all the way inside, and then we erased that line. And then we added some sort of base. It can be any kind of base that you want, any sort of design that you want. So once you're comfortable with that, you're going to get a piece of white paper and you're going to draw the outline for it. So here I have simply drawn the picture. I have added my fruit. I have not yet added a table, so I'm going to do that. All I'm going to do is put a table there. I stop, and then I'm going to try and pick it up on the same place on the other side so it looks like things are sitting on it. And then, friends, I'm ready to add color. Now, once again, you're going to use whatever you have at home. If you have watercolors, great. If you have crayons, great. Markers, great. Whatever you have, that's what you should use to color. Remember that the goal here is to try and create form, and you can do that with any of those mediums that we just spoke about in this way. You want the outside, the edges of the fruit to look a little bit darker than the inside, and that's going to give it the illusion of having form. If you do have access to a pastel or a chalk, and one thing I found is that some people were telling me they did not have chalk pastels at home, which I totally understand because all of our things are at school. But you know, another thing you can use are the chalk pieces that you have for outside, because I know a lot of you are making beautiful outside chalk work. That would work on this too, and you can use that to blend. So I'm going to use just this pastel that I'm going to go in, and I'm going to blend right on top of my first layer. You could do that with chalk. Now in the classroom, we did this first with tempera paint, which is what this was going to be. And then we were going on top of it with chalk pastel. A lot of us are not going to have tempera paint at home. I don't have a whole set of tempera paints at home either. So I would recommend, if you have watercolor, to try watercolor first, let it dry, and then go back and do some of your blending. And again, you can do it with chalk, pastels, crayons, whatever you have around to use to create form on those outside edges. And again, a still life can be anything. If you don't have a pitcher, use a glass, use a vase, whatever you have around, just like Cezanne did, to create your own beautiful still life. I can't wait to see these. Let me know if you have any questions or if you're short on supplies. Enjoy. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.